Imagine discovering a simple penny hidden in an old jar, only to find out it could be worth up to $7 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that the 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is one of the most sought-after treasures in the numismatic world? And the best part? You could be holding one right now without even realizing it. The 1949 Lincoln penny may look like just another coin, but the truth is, this unassuming piece of copper has changed lives. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay staggering amounts, and today, you are about to discover why. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for, how to identify a potential fortune, and most importantly, how to turn an ordinary penny into extraordinary wealth. Now, you might be wondering, how can a penny from 1949 reach a value of $7 million? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. But there's a twist. Not every 1949 penny is worth a fortune. Only a select few hold the key to life-changing wealth. And in a moment, I'll reveal the specific markers that could mean the difference between pocket change and a financial windfall. Before we dive into those secret details, let's take a journey back to 1949. World War II had ended just a few years prior, and America was rebuilding. Pennies from this era were mass-produced, but mistakes happened, and those mistakes are exactly what collectors crave. Certain 1949 Lincoln pennies were struck with subtle errors, and if you find one of these rare anomalies, it could mean you're sitting on a $7 million gold mine. And here's where it gets interesting. Most people overlook their spare change. They toss pennies aside, thinking they hold no value. But those who pay attention, those who know what to search for, are the ones who uncover hidden fortunes. So, what should you be looking for in a 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark? First, check the coin's surface carefully. Look for any doubling on the lettering or the date, a sign of a rare mint error known as a double die. This error is incredibly valuable because it was never meant to happen. Imagine the excitement of spotting one of these mistakes, knowing it could transform your financial future overnight. Next, examine the overall condition of the penny. Collectors prize coins in pristine condition. Even the smallest scratch can impact value. So, if you find a 1949 penny that looks crisp and clean, you might be onto something big. And here's a pro tip: always handle rare coins carefully by the edges to preserve their condition. Imagine losing out on millions just because of a careless fingerprint, but there's more. One of the rarest forms of this penny involves a unique variation in the metal composition. Some 1949 pennies were mistakenly struck on leftover planchets from earlier years, making them exceptionally rare. If you have a penny that feels slightly lighter or heavier than usual, you might be in possession of a collector's dream. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Could you really have one of these rare coins tucked away somewhere? Well, consider this: people just like you have found these hidden treasures in the most unexpected places, old piggy banks, inherited coin collections, even tucked between couch cushions. So yes, the possibility is very real. And the only way to know for sure is to start looking. But here's the catch. The window of opportunity won't last forever. As more people become aware of these rare 1949 pennies, the competition to find them intensifies. And once these prized coins are locked away in private collections, their availability will shrink, driving prices even higher. If you wait too long, you might miss out on your chance to cash in. So, what should you do if you find a 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, place it in a protective holder to keep it safe. Then, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. This step is crucial because verified coins fetch the highest prices at auctions and private sales, and here's a final thought to leave you with. Every day, someone somewhere stumbles upon a coin they never expected to be valuable. Today, that someone could be you. Imagine the freedom and security that $7 million could bring. A simple penny could unlock the life you've always dreamed of, but only if you take action. So, the next time you spot a 1949 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, take a closer look. Because hidden treasures are out there, waiting to be found. And who knows? The next life-changing discovery could be right in the palm of your hand. Have you ever wondered if that old penny sitting in your drawer could be worth a life-changing fortune? What if I told you that a 1973 Lincoln penny could make you a millionaire? That's right. Some rare 1973 Lincoln pennies are selling for up to $5 million, and today, you're going to find out if you could be holding one of these hidden treasures that might sound unbelievable. After all, it's just a penny, a coin you probably toss aside without a second thought. But certain 1973 Lincoln pennies hold secrets that collectors are willing to pay an extraordinary price for. The question is, do you have one of these valuable pennies hiding in plain sight? Now, before you rush to check your coin jar, let me explain why the 1973 penny is turning heads in the numismatic world. It's not just about the age. It's about the rare errors and unique minting anomalies that make some of these pennies worth a fortune. And trust me, these errors are so subtle that most people never notice them, until it's too late. One of the most sought-after errors on the 1973 penny is the elusive double-die obverse. Imagine a penny where Lincoln's profile or the inscriptions appear slightly doubled. This isn't just a minor flaw, it's a golden ticket. Collectors hunt tirelessly for these double-die errors, and when they find one, the bidding wars begin. One rare double-die obverse penny fetched over $5 million, changing its owner's life forever, but here's the kicker, most people who own these pennies don't even realize their value. They sit unnoticed, mixed in with ordinary coins, while their owners remain unaware that they're sitting on a potential fortune. Could you be one of them? Imagine discovering that a penny you picked up decades ago is the key to your financial freedom. Of course, not every 1973 penny is worth millions, but several variations can still bring you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another key feature to look for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is misaligned during minting, resulting in a distinctive, irregular shape. Collectors love these mistakes because they capture a moment when the minting process went wrong, and they're willing to pay big bucks to own a piece of history. And let's not forget about the rare repunched mint mark. Some 1973 pennies show a second, fainter, D mint mark stamped over the original. It's a small detail, but in the world of coin collecting, small details mean big money. So, if you spot a double punch on your penny, you might be sitting on a jackpot without even knowing it. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I know if my 1973 penny is valuable? First, grab a magnifying glass and examine your penny closely. Look for doubling on Lincoln's face, irregular strikes, or a faint second mint mark. If you find any of these signs, it's time to take action. Reach out to a reputable coin grading service to authenticate your penny. This step could mean the difference between a regular penny and a multi-million-dollar windfall, and here's where things get serious. Time is not on your side. Every day, more people are discovering these rare coins and cashing in. The market is heating up, and if you wait too long, you could miss your chance to turn an ordinary penny into extraordinary wealth. Wouldn't it be devastating to realize you had a fortune sitting in your pocket, and you let it slip away? But if you act fast, your story could be the next headline. Imagine paying off your mortgage, traveling the world, or securing a legacy for your family, all because of one lucky penny. It sounds like a dream, but for some, it's a reality. Why not you? Before you go digging through your change, here's a little-known fact that could give you the upper hand. Many valuable pennies slip through the cracks because people simply don't know what to look for. But you do now. You know the signs, the errors, and the potential hiding right under your nose. The question is, will you take the next step? So, check your coin jars, empty those piggy banks, and examine every 1973 penny you can find. Because your fortune could be waiting for you right now. And if you discover one of these rare gems, your life could change forever. But only if you act before it's too late. Realizing it's worth more than a luxury car, or even your entire house. Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because the 1991 mint Mark Lincoln penny is shaking up the coin collecting world, with some rare examples fetching an unbelievable $4.4 million. And the craziest part? One of these rare pennies could be hiding in your spare change right now. Most people overlook pennies. They're tossed into jars, dropped under couch cushions, or left forgotten. But what if I told you that ignoring your spare change could mean leaving millions on the table? Today, you're going to learn exactly why the 1991 Lincoln penny is making headlines, what makes it so valuable, and how to spot one before someone else cashes in on your fortune. But before we dive into the details, let me ask you this: when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? Because by the end of this video, you'll be checking every single one. And trust me, you won't want to miss a second. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver and, at first glance, it looks like any other penny. Same copper-plated zinc composition, same familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln. So, what makes it special? The secret lies in the errors and rare variations that slipped past the U.S. Mint's watchful eyes. One of the most valuable errors found on the 1991 penny is a dramatic double die strike. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the minting press, creating a doubled image that's clearly visible to the naked eye. If you spot bold doubling on Lincoln's profile or the date, you might be holding a small fortune. And here's the kicker: a pristine example with this error recently sold for over $4.4 million at auction. Imagine trading a 1-cent coin for a lifetime of financial freedom. Now, I know what you're thinking: okay, but what are the chances I actually find one? Here's the surprising truth. These valuable pennies are still out there. Every year, collectors and everyday people uncover hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. And if you aren't checking your coins, you could be missing out on the biggest payday of your life. But the double die error isn't the only thing you should be watching for. Another telltale sign of a valuable 1991 penny is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, leaving part of the design missing. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the penny becomes. In fact, off-center 1991 pennies have fetched thousands of dollars, even in circulated condition. And if that wasn't enough to keep you glued to your seat, there's another rare anomaly: the floating roof error. On some 1991 pennies, the roof of the Lincoln Memorial appears to be detached. This tiny detail might seem insignificant, but collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved examples. The devil, as they say, is in the details, and in this case, the details could make you rich. Still with me? Good. Because here's where things get even more exciting. You might be wondering, if I find one of these rare pennies, how do I cash in? Well, the first step is to get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can dramatically increase your penny's value and make it more attractive to serious collectors and auction houses, and once you've got your coin graded, the sky is the limit. Some collectors are willing to pay staggering sums for rare errors, especially if the coin is in mint condition. Auction houses, private collectors, and even online marketplaces like eBay can become your gateway to life-changing wealth. So, if you're serious about turning a humble penny into a fortune, there's no time to waste. But here's the million-dollar question: what if you're sitting on a goldmine and you don't even know it? Every day you wait is another day someone else might find the prize. Think about it. What if that dusty jar of pennies on your shelf is hiding a fortune? Are you really willing to risk letting it slip through your fingers? So, the next time you come across a 1991 deep mint mark Lincoln penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Check for doubling, misalignments, and that elusive floating roof error. Because one lucky find could rewrite your entire financial future, and if you want to stay ahead of the game and discover even more valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Your next penny could be worth millions, but only if you know what to look for. So, what are you waiting for? Start searching, because the clock is ticking, and your fortune might be waiting for you right now. What if I told you that one small, ordinary-looking coin could be worth up to $1.50 million? Sounds impossible, right? Well, you might want to check your spare change, because the 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is turning heads in the coin-collecting world, and it could be sitting unnoticed in your home right now. Now, before you start digging through your couch cushions, you need to know what makes this penny so special. The 2015 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is not your average pocket change. While most modern pennies are only worth face value, a rare error in the minting process has made a few of these coins extremely valuable. But what exactly should you be looking for? First, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, so what's the big deal? The difference lies in a rare minting error where specific characteristics, like double die impressions and unique flaws, make some 2015 pennies unbelievably rare. And collectors? They're willing to pay huge amounts for the right coin. Just imagine trading a penny you found in your kitchen drawer for a life-changing fortune. Think about it. How many pennies pass through your hands in a week? What if one of those was your golden ticket? And here's the kicker: these valuable 2015 no-mint mark pennies aren't easy to spot unless you know exactly what to look for. So, let me break down the key features that could turn your penny into a small fortune. First, examine Lincoln's profile closely. Some of these rare pennies display a double die obverse, a fancy term that means certain features, like the date or the words, "In God We Trust," appear slightly duplicated. If you notice a subtle shadow effect or any doubling in these areas, you could be holding a jackpot penny. And here's a wild thought: someone right now could be spending one of these million-dollar pennies on a pack of gum without realizing its true value. Don't let that be you. Next, pay close attention to the coin's surface. Are there unusual blemishes, die cracks, or misaligned designs? These flaws, often overlooked by the untrained eye, are exactly what serious collectors are hunting for. And the best part? Finding one of these prized pennies doesn't require any fancy equipment, just patience, a sharp eye, and the willingness to look where others won't. Now, I know what you might be thinking: is this really possible? Could a simple penny be worth millions? Well, let me tell you about a recent auction where one of these rare 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies shocked the world. A collector paid over $1 million for a single coin, all because of a tiny imperfection. Imagine what that kind of money could do for your life. Pay off debts. Travel the world. Secure your family's future. And all it takes is one lucky find. Still not convinced? Consider this: every year, new discoveries are made, and overlooked coins suddenly become valuable treasures. The next big find could be in your possession right now. And if you don't check, you'll never know. So, where should you begin your search? Start with your loose change, old piggy banks, and those forgotten jars of pennies collecting dust. Hidden treasure is closer than you think, but here's the catch: these opportunities don't last forever. As more collectors hunt for these rare pennies, their value could skyrocket, or disappear entirely as the market dries up. Waiting too long could mean missing out on a life-changing payday. And trust me, someone else will cash in if you don't take action. So, here's your challenge: take 5 minutes today and inspect your pennies. That small effort could uncover a coin worth more than you ever imagined. And if you do find one of these rare 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies, you might just be holding $1 million miracle in your hand. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Start your search today, because the next time you glance at a penny, it might not just be pocket change, it could be your ticket to a whole new life. What if I told you that a simple penny could be your ticket to $1 million fortune? It sounds unbelievable, but right now, collectors are willing to pay up to $1 million for a rare 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And here's the kicker: you might already have one hiding in plain sight. Imagine casually emptying your pocket and realizing one small, unassuming coin could change your life forever. This isn't some distant dream or far-fetched fantasy. It's happening right now. People just like you are cashing in on rare pennies they never knew were valuable, and some of them are walking away with life-changing amounts of money. But what makes the 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so special? And how can you tell if you own one of these rare treasures? Pay close attention, because by the end of this video, you might discover you're sitting on a goldmine. In 2016, millions of Lincoln pennies rolled off the presses. Most were ordinary. But a small number of these pennies were minted without the distinguishing letter that typically marks their origin. This crucial error turned an otherwise common coin into an extremely valuable collector's item. Why does this tiny mistake matter so much? Because in the world of numismatics, that's the fancy term for coin collecting, rarity drives value. The fewer there are, the more collectors are willing to pay. And when a coin as recent as 2016 has this kind of error, it's like striking gold in your spare change. Think about it. You could be holding a coin worth more than your car, your mortgage payment, or even your entire yearly salary, and not even know it. Sounds crazy, right? But it's 100% real. So, how do you know if your 2016 Lincoln penny is the one collectors are desperately searching for? First, look closely at the area beneath the date. A typical penny from the Philadelphia Mint will show no mint mark, but that's not enough to guarantee its value. The real jackpot lies in spotting specific features like doubled lettering, known as a double die error, or other subtle mistakes that skyrocket a penny's worth. Now, don't panic if you don't have a magnifying glass handy. Many people overlook these valuable coins simply because they don't check closely enough. Imagine throwing away $1 million just because you didn't take a few minutes to inspect your spare change. Terrifying, right? Here's a shocking fact: in recent auctions, some 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies with rare errors have fetched 6- and even 7-figure payouts. One lucky collector turned a penny they found in circulation into a massive windfall. Can you picture what that kind of money could do for your life? Dream home, early retirement, total financial freedom. And it could all start with a coin hiding in your couch cushions. But wait, before you dive headfirst into your penny jar, there's something else you need to know. Not every 2016 penny without a mint mark is valuable. Scammers and shady dealers are out there, preying on unsuspecting sellers. You need to know how to identify the real treasures from the worthless ones. Here's a simple test. Check for doubling on the letters, unusual textures, or sharp misalignments. If you spot any of these, your penny could be worth a small fortune. And if you're unsure, professional grading services can verify and authenticate your find, ensuring you get every penny of its true value. But here's the catch: these million-dollar opportunities won't last forever. The more people who discover and sell these rare coins, the less valuable they become. Time is working against you, and every day you wait is a day you might lose out on life-changing money. So, what are you waiting for? That loose change in your car, your drawers, or even the sidewalk could be worth more than you ever imagined. Don't let a million-dollar opportunity slip through your fingers. Start searching today. Inspect every 2016 Lincoln penny you find. Because the next time you hear about someone cashing in on a rare penny, it could be you celebrating your million-dollar payday. And trust me, that moment will be worth every second of the search.